The Acolyte. A show that could be described as a wasted opportunity so far. This story has some great ideas but falls well short on execution. This is going to be spoiler heavy, so if you haven't seen the show and want to watch it spoiler free, then turn away now. We start with a supposed murder mystery. Episode 1 starts with May killing Jedi Master Indara and then later revealing that Osha has been mistaken for May. Having twins, you could have built up this mystery longer through the season with mistaken identity. Osha could be on the run trying to clear her name. Maybe she's able to convince Yor that she is not responsible for the murder. And now this Jedi is put into a position where he has to go against the Jedi Council to help prove that Osha is not the real killer, this girl that he grew up with. Yor can then reach out to Master Soul, who is the former master of Osha, and from inside the Jedi Council he can kind of get him some information and help him out. They could still show that these two Jedi are flawed because they still have so much attachment to Osha, and it also could prove that the Jedi Code might be too rigid. Instead, the reveal for this murder mystery, as they put it, is at the end of the first episode, with Soul believing Osha outright. Then, we have the assassination of the Jedi Masters. Master Indara is killed in such a lame and telegraphed way that I think she really didn't want to live anymore and let the dagger just hit her in the heart to kill her. I would have liked to see May do more what she was doing earlier in this fight, where she was throwing innocent people over railing, trying to throw knives at innocent people to kill them. It would have been more believable if she would have just kept doing this to a degree where the Jedi Master Indara would be so overwhelmed that, while trying to protect them, that eventually May is able to kind of slip in a killing blow because she's trying to do too many things at once. Instead, in the show, it's really long telegraphed attack to kill the cantina owner, which I feel that Indara could have prevented easily and protect herself. Hell, there's such a long delay before May throws the knife that Indara could have paralyzed her with the Force and then not even let her throw the knife at all. Then we have Master Torben, who kills himself because of guilt. There's really no fight. He's protected by a force field and May cannot do anything to even get near him and hurt him. Instead, he drinks some poison, kills himself over guilt, and it just seemed real anticlimactic. There has to be some sort of great build-up later on that they'll have to reveal as to why he killed himself out of this guilt. Then there's Kelnaka, the Wookiee Jedi who has his death off-screen because this $180 million show did not have the budget to show it. A lot of people wanted to see a Jedi Wookiee kicking some ass and how he would combine his natural strength with the ability of a Force user. What a letdown this was. I guess they may show how good this Wookiee can fight in a second flashback, which they're going to have to do to explain the story. Speaking of flashback episodes, Episode 3 shows most of what we already knew through exposition in earlier episodes, and we really only learn that the twins have been created by the Force, with witches who have been exiled. We not learn what specifically caused them to go into hiding, or how their beliefs in the threat is different from the way the Jedi use the Force. The witches just seem to call the Force a different name. Osha in this flashback episode wants to become a Jedi for some reason with no explanation why, other than wanting to be different than her sister, and the witches mistrust the Jedi for some reason. There is no exploration of these issues so we can understand these characters' motivation. This flashback feels like it was just wasted and could have just been filled in with the other flashback they're probably going to have to show later in the season. Oh, and let's not forget about the flip-flopping May.
I'll kill you.
You know, your sister being alive doesn't change anything. You need to kill the Wookiee. You made a deal.
I can't believe my sister's Jedi scum.
I don't need to do this anymore.
I don't need to kill a Jedi without a weapon. I don't need to keep this deal.
What?
You were wrong. Osha being alive changes everything. My loyalty is to Osha, not your master. What I'm going to do is surrender myself to Kelnaka, and then turn myself into the Jedi.
No.
Should come out with your hands where we can see them.
That means you, May Anastasia.
You're under arrest for the murder of Master Indara, the murder of...
I did what I needed to do. For you. For our family. All of these lives lost tonight. Again. All because of you. The Jedi got what they deserved. Hey. No.
You're the violent one. You started that fire. They've brainwashed you. They've turned you against me. You're a criminal, May. You must pay for your crimes. What are you doing?
I thought May was more resolute to train her whole life and avenge her family, only to be all over the place later and unsure what to do, while doing a poor job of showing these changes that are manifesting inside May. She clearly has the perfect opportunity to turn herself into the Jedi, but chooses not to, tries to kill Jecki for trying to arrest her, and seems to impersonate her sister, who she knocked out, left unconscious, in a wild jungle, so she can try to kill Sol, and that does not show to me that her sister is the most important of all if she leaves her out there where she could possibly be killed by anything. But I believe the biggest weakness as far as the show goes is Amanda Stenberg. Her acting is just so monotone, and I'm not sure if it's because of her or the way the director's asking her to do it, but she just comes out just real flat. Her two characters have been the least interesting, and it looks like those characters are going to have to carry the second half of the season. Let's just hope the acting gets better for that half. I think the biggest missed opportunity for the Acolyte was with the Sith Lord. Now, I've seen some interesting fan theories out there which clearly show that these fans put way more thought and creativity into this show than the writers at Disney did. Some claim that Quimir could actually be the Acolyte because he's having May do all the killing of the Jedi for him, and he's doing it without a weapon by using her. Others believe that the Witch Mother survived at least one of them and wants revenge on the Jedi for causing the death of the Coven. Then there were some who were saying that the Green Jedi Venestra could be the Master because she keeps blocking the Masters from telling the Jedi Council, the High Council that is, about what's going on. All creative ideas in their own right. But what did we get? We get that Quimir, the most obvious choice, so much so that I thought he had to be a red herring, was the Sith Master after all. I gave the writers at Disney too much credit. What is going on with the creativity at Lucasfilm? I can only shake my head in disappointment as I see the fans being more creative and more interested in the storylines than these writers can seem to muster. Master Sol and Quimir have been giving good acting performances. I think some of the fight scenes have been pretty cool. It's just not enough substance for me to really enjoy this show. There's a part where Master Sol has the chance to kill Quimir, but doesn't because Osha stops him. I think this could have been more interesting if Sol would have just said that he's way too dangerous and kills him anyway. That would make Osha look on him differently. That would make Sol have to deal with the fact that he has to possibly either be arrested or at the very least struggle with killing an unarmed man and all the lives that were lost in the day. And that could even show that evil actions can be taken with good intentions, if that's one of the themes they want to kind of be in the show. Which also brings me to my point about the 5th episode with several Jedi who died, and it's just that all their deaths had no impact. I was not invested in any of the characters who died. Most of these side characters felt more like set pieces than actual characters. Hell, Osha is so wooden with her response, I saw no emotion when she witnessed Yord's death. If the main character can't even muster up a good emotional response, how are the viewing audience supposed to get invested in these characters' deaths? Maybe there will be an unlikely turn in the story in the second half of this show that will redeem it. As bad as it's been, it may be foolish of me, but I still hope there will be a turn for the better. If not in this series, maybe the next. I needed to get the frustration of the Acolyte off my chest. Thank you for listening. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I way off base, or do you agree? Or would you have done something different with the story? Well, that's all I have to say for now. Take care.